Oh wow! That whole time I was talking, and did nobody say they couldn't hear me? Somebody in the chat. Well, let's start over. Guess what? Technical difficulty. Here we go. Here we go. So basically, what it is, this story is about Jamea Harris. She was a young lady down in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, down at University of Alabama. One of the basketball players. They were. Actually there was a shooting or whatnot regarding this later. Again, I haven't watched this video. So we'll be actually watching it in real time. I'll kind of narrate it and give you my thoughts throughout. But again, this piece is definitely an awareness piece. I know a lot of you are getting ready to allow your children to go off to college. One of the things that we do equip them with is understanding how to kind of navigate through life. And one of the biggest things, especially leaving the household at that particular age, 18, 19, I think awareness is definitely not being taught. I think on how to identify certain things that may not be comfortable for your young man or young lady that may go to college. So this particular piece, after we watch this, I do have a few other things. I'm going to narrate it or whatnot, and it will kind of get into the nuts and bolts of some things that we can kind of teach our child or our son or our daughter when we leave the comforts of our home to face the world. They're going out to college. It's definitely a way and some key things that we can kind of discuss that will help them to make sure they're not in situations that they shouldn't have to be. Awareness is key. That's why we do this at YouTube. Until I always do awareness pieces. These are pieces will allow us to, gain some knowledge so that we don't come a victim to some of these things. So let's go ahead and get it started. This particular story. All right, let's go ahead and take it from the top.
I love you more than you imagine.
This is the story of Jamea Jonae Harris, aged 23, a young mother who was fatally shot by two strangers for saying no to one of them. It was later discovered that one of the two strangers was a basketball star player at the University of Alabama. Darius Miles and Michael Lynn Davis were somehow trying to flirt with Jamea when things got out of hands because she had rejected their advances, leading to one of the two men handing the gun to the other to shoot the victim.
And see, real quick, I definitely want to touch that. I know there is somewhat of a danger as just young ladies or just women in general when going out and having to be either accosted or even asked to be out and that's unwanted attention. I understand how that, the danger of actually running into someone who you may not be ready to talk to at the time. You sometimes have to wonder, well, dang, I need to be a little nice to this guy because if not, it can go sideways real quick. So just kind of recap, it looks like in this first part that there was a shooting due to the fact that the young lady didn't want to take up on the advancement of a young man. So I just want to kind of just touch that point as far as being able to, women having to deal with the danger of actually, saying no to just a perfect stranger. So,
hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and
shout
hit the like button for more stories.
We begin with breaking
crimes.
news from the University of Alabama. Just 3 hours ago, a member of the basketball team, who's also a D.C. native, along with a Maryland man, are both charged with capital murder.
This case will be taking us to the city of Birmingham, Alabama. The largest city in Alabama, Birmingham is a beautiful historic destination offering an array of exciting things to see and do, from museums and historic landmarks to sports, theater, and great restaurants. Jamea Jonae Harris, aged 23, was a young mother to a 5-year-old son named Kane. Jamea was a graduate of Winona High School and worked overnights at Amazon. Jamea was said to be a loving young lady who had a promising future ahead of her. She was described as a nice, sweet, playful person who made a lot of people smile. Her mother said she was a hard-working mother who got up every day to take care of her son. Jamea had decided to visit her cousin, who was a student of University of Alabama. She decided to drive down there with her long-time boyfriend. Sometimes after they arrived, Jamea, her boyfriend, and her cousin got hungry and decided to get food from a local restaurant. Jamea and her cousin sat in front of the car while her boyfriend was in the back seat. Two men approached the car and started trying to talk to Jamea. Her cousin recalled they were moving around the car trying to get their attention. The girls kept telling them, "We got a boyfriend, we don't want to talk," but they won't take no for an answer. They kept going on and eventually her boyfriend in the back seat rolled down the window, and he told them that they should let the girls be, especially having been told they have boyfriends. Then one of the men said, "You don't know who I am, you don't know what I do, I smack people." That did not faze Jamea's boyfriend. He kept telling them to leave, but they kept repeating the words, "You don't know who I am, you don't know what I do, I smack people." Her boyfriend eventually told the ladies he wasn't feeling comfortable and decided it was time to leave the scene, but they were still waiting on their food to be delivered, so they didn't leave immediately. When they finally decided to leave, they couldn't. The two young men had blocked them in with a car, and one of them approached their car with a gun in his hands, not knowing Jamea's boyfriend had a gun as well. Gunfire followed and bullets were flying everywhere. While one of the two men was fleeing, he pointed the gun towards the car where Jamea and her cousin was in, thereby striking Jamea. Jamea's boyfriend was able to maneuver the car away from the scene and drove until he saw a police car, which he flagged down. Tuscaloosa Police and University of Alabama Police were dispatched to the Walk of Champions at Bryant-Denny Stadium at approximately 1:45 a.m. on Sunday. Upon their arrival, the driver of the vehicle told authorities that the suspects had fired shots into his car, killing Jamea. Jamea was pronounced dead on the scene. The boyfriend told police that he returned fire and believed he had struck one of the men. After speaking with witnesses and viewing video surveillance, police were able to develop and locate suspects, one of which had indeed been struck by gunfire and had non-life-threatening injuries. Darius Miles, the University of Alabama basketball star, was arrested while his mother was present. He was heard sobbing and professing his love for his mother.
I swear, I love you more than you imagine.
The other suspect, Michael Lynn Davis, was also arrested without incident, and they were both charged with the murder of Jamea Harris.
UA student Darius Miles was arrested over the weekend. Michael Davis was also arrested, having no connection with the school. Both Miles and Davis are being held without bond on capital murder charges.
Well, Jamea Harris was a 23-year-old mother from Birmingham who was enjoying life in Tuscaloosa alongside her cousin and her boyfriend. Today, her family still in shock.
Only on WVTM 13, our Rick Carley sits down with Jamea's mother and stepfather, who are trying to come to grips with this tragic loss.
How can a 23-year-old friend, a mother, a daughter, be gone so soon? Jamea Harris's mother and stepfather have no answers. Just a day after they lost her, they want the world to know about their princess, Jamea.
I don't want her story to get lost. I don't want her to get lost as just a name in a newspaper. I want people to know who she was and that she was a good person. She really was. She was a good person and she didn't deserve it.
DeCarla Hurd and her husband Kelvin wished Jamea well on Saturday as she headed to Tuscaloosa with her boyfriend and cousin. In the early hours of Sunday, Jamea was gone.
It's just a dagger through everybody's heart.
DeCarla knew years ago her daughter was going to be something, from being a cheer dancer at Winona High School to way back in preschool when she named herself Princess Jamea.
Everything that she did, they followed behind her.
Leader.
A leader.
That leader grew to be the mother of a 5-year-old son named Kane, a son she leaves just as she was teaching him to master his holiday gift.
She was just now starting to get him to teach him how to ride a bike. He got his first bike this Christmas with training wheels. She was just now starting to teach him how to ride his bike.
And
you know what, the most unfortunate thing about it all is that, you have a young lady here that seems like she had her head on straight or whatnot. Really wasn't really looking into a whole lot. Just ran into the wrong people at the wrong time, due to the fact someone rejected her. She rejected someone, and now you have a young man that lost his mother due to someone's ability not to accept rejection. It's very sad. One of the things that I can definitely attest to in this particular situation, especially being that young, I was probably about 4 when I lost my father. And I think one of the things that I can recall, especially as we get older, we start to wonder a little bit more about, who and what we are. And a lot of times the best way that we can do that is through our parents. But once you get to a stage where you don't even understand life and your parents are gone, it kind of leaves an empty space, for children. I just kind of want to touch that because I see the young man here, as far as the loss of his mother. Again, I lost my father at such an early age, and it definitely leaves a void in some things as far as who I am, my identity, because sometimes I can see my identity through my mother, which is living, but also just the male part of me, was taken away due to gun violence as well. So just wanted to kind of touch on that.
Most heartbreaking thing ever, the young boy still doesn't know that he's lost his mama.
That's weak boy. I just don't know how we're going to have to find the strength to tell him. And he's starting to look around for his mother. And
you just don't know how to tell.
A 23-year-old mother is gone. And now, DeCarla and Kelvin are fighting the fight.
I will fight for justice for this senseless act. And both suspects
not
involved.
Just for her, but for her son as well. They need to know that she wasn't just a random person. She was a mother. She had a child at home waiting on her.
That son and the entire family wishing that a beautiful life never had to leave.
Like I said, she was just full of life. She had so much life to live. And it's just hard. It's hard to think that we won't have it again.
Princess Jamea was everything. Friend, mother, daughter, and more.
She was 23, but that was my baby, and I was still raising my baby to make her a good mother, Yeah. So I'll never be the same person again.
Police said it appears that the shooting was the results of a minor argument between the suspects and the victims after they encountered each other on the strip.
At this time, it appears that the only motive to this was a minor altercation that these individuals had with the victim as they were out on the strip.
Darius Miles and Michael Lynn Davis was charged with capital murder. University of Alabama men's basketball head.
And here's another thing about this whole situation. So you have 2 young men in their early, not even, in their early 20s or whatnot. Their life is actually thrown away as well due to the fact they can't handle rejection and the ego. I always say, I remember being that age. Young men, we're very egotistical. We think that we'll live forever. We don't think about consequences to really later on in life. One of the biggest things that I think about, some of the things I got away with when I was around that age, And it's funny how I often wonder how I was able to navigate or able to get, past that stage. Luckily through, my own wisdom, my, support family and even support of some friends, I was able to not take it as far and to throw my life away. But these two young men, and especially the young man that was the basketball star here at Alabama, a very promising young man. It looks like, his particular life is thrown away too as well. So,
Darius Miles and Michael Lynn Davis was charged with capital murder. University of Alabama men's basketball head coach Nate Oates said in a news conference Monday that the weekend's events are really a tragedy all around.
Let's go now to our Jake Stanzo, who is live in Tuscaloosa. Jake, head coach Nate Oates addressing the reporters today and talking about this tragedy.
Yeah, I've got 3 daughters. Went through my mind how easily could have been one of mine. Tough situation. Talked to Darius's mother multiple times yesterday. Very hard situation on both accounts. So, we just continue to pray for Jamea and her family, although I didn't know them, but they're certainly in our thoughts and prayers, and continuing to pray for Darius's situation too. It's just an unfortunate incident that wish we weren't having to deal with today.
Also, real quick, want to make sure I let you guys know. If you're watching the video, please like the video. If you like it as well, share it. Leave a comment. This is the only way that we can keep everything going. Again, this is a free service, free information. So I guess the only thing that I ask that you do is likes and also go to YouTube and subscribe. Date Night Online, subscribe. I'm trying to get right now. We're trying to reach 200. We've been around now since March. My goal before the end of March is for us to have 200 subscribers on YouTube. So go to YouTube, Date Night Online, hit the subscribe button. Also like, share, comment as well.
The university issued a statement saying Miles is no longer a member of the basketball team.
Both men had their first day in court and they have been held in jail without no bond. This are the copies of the paperwork confirming that Darius and his friend were arrested. As seen on the paperwork, they were both charged with the highest possible offense, which is capital murder. We do hope Jamea receives the justice she deserves. Our sincere condolences to the friends and families of Jamea Harris. May Jamea's memory be a blessing for her family and for all who knew her, and may her life and death be an inspiration and a turning point towards justice and increased protection for domestic abuse survivors. Please stay safe and see you guys in the next video.
Alright. That was a short one. I decided to do a short one for you guys today. But I do have some more information I do want to share about this case. Right now, I think, they haven't actually went to trial yet. I kind of went through some different outlets to see where they were. I think one of the guys, he's trying to get some type of immunity due to his age and whatnot, because they were under the age of 21 at the time. So, but I do have an article here. Let me kind of share this article. This particular article I saw is with the Huffington Post. It kind of talked about not just Miss Harris's situation. It also kind of went into or touched as far as how, you know what? Let me let you guys go ahead and read. I'm gonna go ahead and read a little bit of it, and so we can kind of get a little bit more information about this. Again, this happened like just last year. So as far as the court cases, as far as status right now, the two young men are still awaiting trial. So let's just go ahead and this is why I also leave your comments or questions in the chat. We'll definitely go over those. Let me go ahead and read this one right here though. It basically says, that's why I try to be nice. when I'm approached, or just give my number, then block. You know what? That's a good one. That's a good one. I want to say that's a good awareness tip. You know, and again, we can definitely our young warriors and goddesses will be going out into the world again, going to college and whatnot. I guess that will be a good awareness piece. Also, one of the things I would say, silence is golden sometimes, but I think I like that particular idea of just giving the number and then blocking. That's actually a great technique to use if you really don't want to be bothered, to get them out your face or whatnot. So, all right, let me go over to the actual article. So this is by the HuffPost, and this article goes, let me see, as of last year, January 25th of 2023. So it said the 20-year-old mother was shot and killed after reportedly refusing the advances of Darius Miles, 21, the now former University of Alabama basketball player charged with Michael Lynn Davis, 20, in her death. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and read a little bit of this. She should be caring for her beloved 5-year-old son, Kane, spending time with their cousins, thinking about her future, but instead the 23-year-old family is planning for funeral wise, allegedly because she wouldn't give a man her attention. Harris was a visiting cousin at the University of Alabama last week, along with her boyfriend, when a bullet cut her life, according to her mother in the Facebook post. Let's click this and see what it says. Curious. Let me see. Can I click this post? Okay, this is her mother. She said, shot to death, allegedly with the gun belonging to her. Let me see. Kind of go through this. Let me back up to this particular case. I mean, all these ads and stuff. Boom. Okay, let's go back. Okay, there's no official record of all the women and girls killed for telling a man or boy. I guess they go into the. So basically, it says Jamea Jonae Harris' story is not unique. This is a huge problem. Okay, so basically, they said that they're going to tackle this issue, and also as far as men and the telling of no. There's no official record of all the women and girls killed for telling a man or boy no. Likewise, no one keeps track of how often women and girls are harmed for refusing the advances of someone who finds them desirable. Once again, I've definitely seen some cases where, especially growing up, when men get rejected, and it's, oh man, you know what I'm saying. So I get it. I don't know what it is. I guess for some men it's an ego thing. The rejection part, it's definitely not something that a lot of men would like to hear. It kind of bruises the ego. So yeah, these stories circulate often enough for us to just how dangerous it can be for a woman or girl to exercise her agency when a man declares his attraction. Yet, what it says, oh man, come on, what is it doing? Let me see. Man, this thing, let's do this. All these pop-ups. Okay. It is important to acknowledge that it isn't just black women and girls who susceptible to violence like that in Tuscaloosa last week. There is a nuisance to the black experience that makes it doubly difficult for black women who exit as an intersectionality of race and gender. We live in a patriarch within a patriarch where our unique challenges within our communities find us more vulnerable to violence. Indeed, the black community is far from exempt when it comes to nurturing the sort of misogynistic sentiment that will push a young man to take a young woman's life for a romantic. Man, what is going on with this thing today? Hold on for a second. I got all these pop-up blocks. We're going to do this right quick. I'm Megan Thee Stallion. It's tragic. Well, anyway, here's what we're going to do. Because obviously I got too many pop-up blocks and everything or whatnot going on with this thing today. It is not one of those good days tonight. Even the computer relaxed today, but that's okay. We're gonna make it work. I want to kind of dig into this article a little bit more. Okay, let's go. Let's just read. You know what? Let's exit all this out. Boom. Let's do this. All right. So look, check it. So let's read some of the comments in the chat. Let's do that. Let's check this one out, y'all. There are some goofy men out here. Females don't even realize how many creeps they walk past every day. Completely obvious. Yeah. Okay, so last week what I did was I actually gave some tips on awareness, right? I had some young ladies that came on, and I was kind of pretty much telling them that, and this is something you can pass on down to your young man or young lady, in this case, that awareness is key. Whenever you are in places, again, just like I told the young ladies last week, 360, look front, back, side before you leave particular places. In this case, I do like the idea. Someone dropped a comment down earlier. I think it's Diane Shaw. She was basically stating that, getting the number and blocking the number, that's not a bad one. I mean, I can definitely see that most men want the attention, give the attention, and leave. Now, at that case, if they insist, then at that point, I would try to find an area where there's a lot of people. And you may have to be a little bit extra nice and lead them into an area where there's a lot of people where you can, find a safe space. That's very important to surround yourself in safe environments so that you don't have to be one of those particular victims. Let's see what else we got in the chat. Okay, be nice. Okay, and remember these gentlemen are still right now. They say Miss Not Black. She says she remember this story. So very sad. Yeah, definitely a sad case or whatnot. All right, but other than that, I mean, we're just gonna make this particular stream a little short today. I kind of wanted to jump in because again, this as I was kind of reviewing some videos. The videos are really for next week, but I saw this one and I think it's very, very important and valid. It was definitely touching me to a point where, again, we send our kids out into this world and then we want them to come back. Like we always say, we want our children to bury us. We don't want to bury our children. I think we definitely need to equip them when dating on how to look for certain things. Also, vulnerability as far as parties or just being accountable for who. Just being accountable when you're out. When you're out or whatnot. Friends are good. Packs of girls are good, or packs of men to avoid any BS. But just wanted to kind of share that story or whatnot. Don't have much. It's been a long week, so just keep in mind I will be doing my top 10. I'm trying to still figure out what I'm gonna do for the top 10 for this Monday. If you have any suggestions, drop it in the inbox. Also, I do have some spots for someone who wants to have some free dating, a free dating coach session. I have actually a matchmaker. So I have a matchmaker that's going to actually come onto the show. And then what we're going to do is we're going to actually have her go through a series of questions that how she typically start her process. If anybody wants to be the quote unquote guinea pig, that's fine. Let me know. Jump in the inbox. We'll do it online. So I have a professional matchmaker that'll be on board. Also, I do have a series where I'm going to have some men. We're going to have men talk, some real good men talk. I know I've been on the interviews or whatnot. We've been trying to bring a variety of things. We have date night live, date night interviews, date night YouTube and chill. The cooking show is definitely coming. Also, the date night dating app is actually in development. So we'll definitely have, some updates on that as well. I kind of put a post out last night or yesterday or a couple of days ago, and it was about dating services and matchmaking services. I kind of want to touch on that. I know I do kind of get a lot of requests from young ladies that basically state that they were looking for a dating coach, a matchmaker, or even want to use dating apps as a way to find a mate. I'll just say this. Whenever you're looking for any type of service, just realize that you're going to pay for what you get for it. If you're gonna get on a dating app and it's $5 a month, guess what? You're going to be having $5 a month types of people in your particular inbox or whatnot. So I would say if you're out there really, really searching for someone and you may need a dating coach or a matchmaker or even using a dating app, you're going to have to invest. Let's be honest. Me appearing on a show where there was a matchmaker, there was upwards of probably 5 to 50,000. Don't know what the 50,000 was for, but I know the minimum was at least 5 to 6,000 for these type of services. So, are they worth it? The value is in what you see. I really truly believe these particular outlets can actually match you with someone, but what happens after that, it's going to be between you and that particular person at that point. So not only date night is for entertainment, we also will be getting into the arena of actually being able to people to match. Okay, that'll be typically down the line. But for right now, we're going to continue to give you great content. We're going to continue to give you a new, fresh reality and thought process behind how you view dating, how you see dating, etc. So we're going to continue to bring you that. Just keep in mind, hey, I'm looking for 200 subscribers on YouTube. It's only been a year. I'm struggling with the subscriptions. Definitely need to get them up. Those will keep us rolling. That's it. That's all I have for tonight. And I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Don't forget, Monday we will be doing the top 10. And Tuesdays, we will be streaming the It's Your Fault series. I do have a group of special friends who will be out doing the series of It's Your Fault. And basically, just real quick, it's not really the blame game. The It's Your Fault is really a self-reflection on how you can actually change some things on your approach and showing some accountability. One of the biggest things I've found this far in my short journey with the podcast is that a lot of people are blaming others for their particular misfortune when it comes to dating. And if you're running into the same type of person, you're really running into yourself. I'm just being honest, right? What you receive is probably what you may be. So kind of give a self-check, health check on yourself. If you feel like there are some areas that you may need to improve on before you date, I do say either seek counseling or sometimes tell a friend, well, hit me up. I may have some advice. Inbox me. This is an open platform. I don't have the answers, but we can definitely figure them out together. We definitely can get together and come up with some things. Ladies, just again, be safe. Again, these pieces for YouTube are definitely for awareness. The things that may happen in dating. I'm not out here to scare anyone. I'm just out here to give you some information so that you can make your dating experience a safe and happy one. So other than that, you guys have a good night. I just wanted to kind of jump on a little bit and enjoy your weekend. And thank you for tuning in to Date Night. YouTube and chill.